day, learners. From the stable of Lagos State's Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Education Resource Center, we have come forward to give you some tips about certain topics that are of importance in biology practicals. As you all know, if you can do well in your biology practicals, you are good to go in the entire requirement to pass biology. Now, what are the areas that we are talking about today? Number one, we would like to give you tips about how to draw. In your biology practical exam, you are drawing nothing less than 2 diagrams. And that is why you need to know the nitty-gritty about drawing in biology. You'll be taught about the details, about how to find the size, about the title, magnification, and so on. Then the second area is that we'll also be giving you tips on classification. How do you classify every living organism in biology? What are the hierarchy that you need to know for you to be able to classify living organisms successfully? And the third aspect, we'll also be giving you tips on adaptive features of organisms. What are the features that every organism possesses for them to be able to live successfully in their environment? These are some of the things that you need to know before you go out to go and write that biology practical exam. And lastly, we'll also be talking to you about tips on fruit. We are going to talk to you about classes of fruit. How do you classify fruit? If you see a mango fruit, if you see an apple fruit, if you see a pawpaw fruit, what are the classes that they belong to? And I hope as you are joining us, you are going to learn a lot. Happy viewing. Come along with us.
E-Science Practicals, achieving success in science subjects.
Today, we are looking at the topic, tips on biological drawing. I'm your instructor today, Oluwafemi Justina Olawumi. So we are looking at the topic tips on biological drawing, and we have the following as our learning outcome. The first one, by the time this lesson is over, I expect every one of you to be able to know the components of biology and the scores or the grading. The second objective or learning outcome is you should be able to demonstrate practical skills required in biological drawing. And the third learning objective is attempt to answer biology practical questions. The learning objectives or learning outcome comes under 3 modules. The first one has to do with the components of the biology and the way it is graded. The second one is the skills required for biology drawing. And the third one is expectations from examination body. So we'll be taking questions. Introduction. Biology as a subject is divided into 3 components. The first one is objective questions. The second one is theory aspect of the question. Objective and theory, they are always taken together. The third important part is biology practical. The 3 components. Objective is called over 50. Theory is called over 70. And the practical aspect carries 80 marks. So to achieve this, it is important for you during biology practicals, number 1, power of observation. What did I say? Power of observation. Number 2, ability to identify the specimens given. Here, I have a sweep net, I have a kidney, a cut section of a kidney, a cut section of oranges. I have 2 different types of insect, a cockroach and a butterfly. And the last but not the least here is a fish. We should be able to observe this closely. When you observe correctly, you are able to identify what is given to you. That means you are ready for drawing. And after that, we now go to the drawing section. Under drawing, 2 critical areas are important. What did I say? 2 critical areas are of importance. Come with me, I want to write those important areas on the board. The first one, I'll call it quality And the second one, it is details. For all biological questions or class session, once drawing is required, there's a need for you to understand what quality stands for and details. Let's start with quality. Under quality, the following are of importance. The first one, title. Number 2, the size. Number 3, are you reading that? Number 3, neatness of label, or put it as labeling. Number 4 is clarity of lines. And number 5 under this is magnification. Magnification. Quickly, we go through the following. When I say title, every biological drawing is expected to have a title. And the accepted way by the examination body to write the title is in this way. All titles should start with diagram of a, for example, we are going to be drawing a kidney. So permit me to write this diagram. This is example. Diagram of a kidney. Whatever you are given to draw, I have a cut surface of orange here, cross section. I have a sweep net. Peradventure, you are given any of the specimens that I've provided, and you are drawing. By the end of it, you must write this. Where do you write it? If space is not available underneath your drawing, you can write it above it. The next important thing is the size. Are we together? If you are with your ruler, you can, let me just make the explanation first. I want to draw to size. This my question, this my title. I've just extracted the title from the question. And my question goes this way. Make a labeled diagram of a kidney 6 to 8 centimeter long. Class, what is the size? It is given 6 to 8 centimeter long. How do I get my size? It comes in this way. You place your ruler on your paper. You mark point 0. You look for point 8 on your ruler, mark it, and you proceed to 0.8 centimeter. Now I've gotten the outline. What is it saying? I'm just putting point. What is it saying? I'm drawing 6 to 8 centimeter long. And I want to draw a kidney. My diagram should come this way. I've gotten the outline of my drawing. If I check this, the size of my drawing, I didn't start from point 0. So I have some centimeter and I didn't end it on point 10. By the end of the day, my diagram must measure not less than 6 centimeter in length, and it must not be longer than 8 centimeter in length, because we are going to measure it. Come on, I'm making my drawing. I'm not done with the outline. Okay, I have to put double line to show it has a cut surface. Did you get me? I'm putting double line. Now I want to put the layers. I'm conscious of the fact that my drawing must not be longer than 8 centimeter. You saw me rubbing it off. Use your eraser if you must do. Clean it clearly. Then can you see me put something like a cut there? It has a cut surface. These are crucial when you are making biological drawing. So my drawing is here. If I measure it now, it's not less than 6 centimeter, neither is it longer than 8 centimeter. Then the next quality that I have is neatness of labeling. What do I do? Before I go to neatness of labeling, clarity of line. When you look closely at my drawing, number 1, my drawing, the lines must not be broken. I should not be making my drawing. Some of us, we are used to drawing this way. Can you see this? Do you draw this way? By the time I join my lines together, did you see this? It's no longer a straight line. No broken line, and it should not be wavy. Is that taken? You should be able to just draw straight line. Okay, I've mentioned clarity of line. Another important part is neat label. How do I achieve this? Come with me. 2 critical points when it comes to neat labeling. Number 1 is ability to use a ruler to draw all your guidelines. The second important tip is your guidelines must be horizontal. It must maintain the edge, equal line with the edge of the paper. Quickly, I'm going to draw the guideline, but class, you are going to label it. I'm not going to write the labelings. I want you to do that. So come with me quickly. Okay, I move to the next one. I move to another one. I have this as my pyramid. Here is, okay. Here is another part. And the last but not the least is here. Looking at my drawing, I quickly remembered I did not indicate blood vessels. Blood must flow into my kidney. So quickly, I put the blood vessel here. If my drawing, my specimen has it. If it does not have it, I may not bother about this. Class, you are going to label this. Let's move on. The last part under quality is magnification. Why do I need magnification? I want to know, look at the size of the drawing, the specimen. Compare it with what I have on the board. Is this size the same thing with what I have on the board? You need to equate. You need to get the size of your drawing in comparison with your real specimen. If I'm taking this from this particular one, how many times will I make it? This one cannot be less than, I don't know, maybe 10 or so. It may not be the exact size, the exact magnification. And how do I put my magnification? It is important. I must be able to put times. Possibly I'm putting times 10. I should not write X. This is wrong. This is correct. When you put X, there is no mark. Quickly, I go to details. While we were making this drawing, I fathomed into it that every cut surface is a detail quality. Every cut surface must be shown. This part of my drawing is called ureter. So I need to indicate it has a cut surface. Then, looking at the outline of the diagram itself, it has a cut surface. And that is why I have this line here. The 2 lines should be close when you are using it on the entire board. For example, here I have an orange. I want to draw the outline of orange to explain details. Okay? You can see that my line is not a perfect one. Let's go. I have this. Then my orange has this. I have this. To show that my orange has juice in it. I've done this. Remember I said the cut surface must have double line. And what do? I quickly come this way and I make another line that will be close enough to what I have gotten. Can you see the details? Does it look like a drawn orange? All right. I've drawn my orange. And you see it has juice in it. I cannot indicate it. Time may not allow me to indicate it all around. What do? My examiner will expect me to show that my orange has juice. I don't need to use, okay? Time will not permit me to indicate this in all the chambers. And I don't need to shade. Biological drawing does not require shading. Did you hear me? When you're making biological drawings, no shading. What do? What did I have here? I just made 0. Okay? So you can use any symbol, any sign to represent what you are presenting. Is that taken? So when we are looking at details, it is very important. Now let's compare these two. This is an orange. It has a cut surface. And you can see the detail that I've shown here, that it has juicy parts. I should be able to indicate that my orange has what? Seed. It has seed. I will make the seed bigger than my initial juice that I indicated. Let's come to this and look at what I mean by details. The outline surface has double lines. Can you look at this? What does this one look like? This shape. Can somebody tell me? We use it often in the house. When you want to pour liquid from one place to the other, what? Did I hear you say funnel? Yes. So when you look at this, you see this side, it has a shape like a funnel. What are the points here? My diagram here looks, the outline looks like a bean. It is detailed. I have an orange drawn, and I've indicated that my orange has juicy parts and it equally has seed. Time will not permit me today, but as you go through the lines, you will look at butterfly. Butterfly and my cockroach. Talking about the details, when you are drawing the antenna or antennae of a cockroach, the antenna of a cockroach, because of time, let me get that one here. When you are drawing the antenna of a cockroach, it has this line. Students, can you look up? This is antenna A, this is antenna B. Can you spot the difference? Look at the one for cockroach, the one for grasshopper. When you are drawing the antenna, talking of details, when you are drawing the antenna of a butterfly, it has a club shape. That of, what is this? Why do I call this cockroach? It has a pointed end, tapering end. So when we talk of details, each specimen has its own unique feature. This will be marked under details. You will not find any of this in your examination question. Have you gotten something today? Now, I'm leaving you with this. You are going to bring out your drawing books. You are going to draw your own kidney, and you will label fully. Did you get me? All right. I've drawn this on the board. Okay? In front of you, you have a specimen, kidney placed in front of you. Have you seen it? All right, bring out your drawing books and you draw it while I go around to do the marking. Your drawing shouldn't take much time. And as we are done with this, we are going with this. The last thing I want to mention before we leave today's class, what is this? I mentioned it at the beginning. This is a sweep net. I'm not here for the purpose of usage, but I'm looking at the drawing. You know, it's so easy for us to draw this. For the purpose of examination, when they're asking you either WAEC or NECO, they expect you to draw this. When you go through the slides, you will see the drawing there. What is important here? It has a cut surface. What did I say about cut surface? What? Double lines. So you should be able to indicate, because you are drawing this with the kidney, okay? You are drawing this. And can you see the hand? It has, some hands are longer than this. So you must be able to pick the feature. What is this? A net. A net will be drawn, and you show that it has a net. How will you do it? Okay, let me clean this quickly. Let me clean my oranges. The orange that I drew on the board. And make a sketch of my sweep net. My sweep net has this surface and an extension of a hand. And my sweep net drops down. It drops down. Remember I said double line for cut surface. This is the handle. You can leave it plain. What do I do to the net? I should be able to indicate that this is a net. What am I doing, class? Are you seeing what I'm doing? All right. When you are making this drawing, does it look like a net? All right, all right. When you are making your own drawing, all of this must be put into consideration. We are ending the class today, but remember, you are drawing your own sweep net, draw, label, consider all the qualities as well as the kidney. Thank you so much.